Hey everyone out there, this is Valkyrie coming at you with Divine Feminine reading for the Twin Flame. I recently just got these decks from Mystic Moon and I'm super excited to get them integrated. I'm going to start doing one of these readings for each month. So we're going to start with November since we're still in November and then move forward. Hopefully you guys like these. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll be doing a Celtic Cross spread and then clarifying it, and then we'll get some messages from the Oracle at the end, okay? As always, all the cards have been pre-shuffled and charged. Check out the Divine Masculine reading I just did too. Keep in mind we are both feminine and masculine. It just depends on our union with our twin flame. Sometimes when we meet our twin flame, our strongest aspect starts to come forward. So in my union, for example, I'm more the Divine Feminine, and my twin flame the more Divine Masculine, but that doesn't mean the rules can't reverse it. It points, but we are full unto ourselves. It's just when we come together, we have to kind of balance out as a yin and yang. Okay? All right. As always, I'll shuffle a little on camera, see if anything pops for the Divine Feminine. So Divine Feminines, remember, we are usually the more emotionally charged of the group. We usually feel a lot more anxiety because of the intensity of the emotion. We're more communicative. We're usually the chaser and the runner-chaser phase. So if any of those things seem to be popping up for you, then you're in the right place. If you're a cross-watcher too, let's say you're a Divine Masculine watching Divine Feminine, keep in mind if you're watching this, it could resonate with you as well. So it's kind of up to interpretation. This is a general reading. Also, for the Divine Collective, it's not specific to any one person. The Artist popped up in reverse. So this is someone who feels like they're unable to have their dreams come into fruition. Six of Wands. So someone's ego has kind of been tempted here or tainted here. They don't feel like they can have a victory with the situation. Eight of Wands in reverse. Lots of reversals here. So lack of communication. Communication has been stalled. Maybe you're in no contact. And we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So this is the cheeky little fellow card, which is really funny because this popped up in the Divine Masculine reading. So you should definitely go check that out. And that actually gives a lot of clarification. I'll tie into this at the end, but cheeky little fellow is usually someone who gets a little arrogant. They kind of spy. They're watching over the other person online. Might have said something or done something, jumps to a conclusion. They can lacked tact at points, tact like T-A-C-T, inability to know what to say, when to say it, and can sometimes offend people, which is something that I can understand. Okay. A couple more shuffles in here. All right, here we go. What is it? The foundation, strength, Leo energy. So having the courage to face a problem or face whatever is in front of you. What is crossing that? High Priestess in reverse. So this actually showed up in the other reading too. High Priestess is the Divine Feminine card. In reverse means that it's blocked. So you're not following your intuition. You might be a little greedy, a little selfish about your time and energy right now. Kind of pulled back, not really stepping into your divine femininity. I need more coffee here. Because of whatever is going on in this situation. As is below, Eight of Swords. So kind of what's at the base of your thoughts here is an anxiety, but this is Eight of Swords. It's a perceived anxiety. You've put yourself in this situation. You've made yourself feel trapped. Now, keep in mind, this position can kind of represent the other person in the union. So in this in the last reading with Divine Masculine, this represented you as the Divine Feminine. This could represent the Divine Masculine now, feeling tied, feeling trapped. Okay, so keep that in mind. As above, these are the thoughts of the matter. Ten of Wands. So carrying the burden, but the burden is almost over. The, land ho is basically what it is. So like there's land in sight. Where you need to get to is in sight. The burden is almost over. We're at a 10 energy-wise, which means that whatever you've been carrying Divine Feminine, it's coming to an end, right? Immediate past, heartbreak, Three of Swords over here. So yeah, that's actually popped up in the Divine Masculine reading too. So there's definitely been a separation or heartbreak. Something was said, done, did that has caused some sort of emotional split for you guys. And immediate future is the Magician. This is the divine counterpart to the High Priestess, okay? So we got Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine going on here. Usually the Emperor can also represent Divine Masculine, but this is a partnership, and this is in the future. So the Magician can be Virgo, Taurus. Sometimes people consider it Scorpio as well, just because of the tendency of Scorpio to match different signs. Magician means that you have the ability to manifest whatever you want, okay? Whatever you want to put out there, your positive affirmations. This is like the movie The Secret. If you've never read the book or read the movie, you have the ability to manifest whatever you want. You just have to put your mind to it, okay? So whatever's going on in this situation, if you want a reunion, if you want to work on yourself to improve, to get through this separation, which is what I'm guessing you're dealing with, you can do it. But it's going to require you to flip this High Priestess back over, listen to your intuition, and believe in yourself that you have everything that it takes. Current energies, Four of Pentacles, playing it close to the chest, not wanting to make an offer, or not wanting to kind of share your time with someone because you're protecting yourself. This is kind of like the shield that goes over the chest, like, I've been hurt. I've been hurt and I'm not really trusting you right now. So something has happened where the Divine Feminine feels emotionally blocked, needing to protect themselves. The environment is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups might be an apology, or they may be wanting to come in and offer, make another offer of love and just acceptance to the Divine Masculine. So the thing about the Knight of Cups is he's going to come in and he's gonna be like, I love you, let's do this, I'm still here. But you just got to read the situation, because doing that with a Divine Masculine who's in the running phase might actually make them go farther. Might make them feel trapped, like that Eight of Swords over here. So just remember that, okay? The next card is the Hopes and Fears. King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords in reverse is actually very close to the King of Cups, almost. He becomes instead of being rational, he becomes irrational. He becomes manipulative with people's emotions, almost. And they don't see things evenly, they don't see things eye to eye. This is someone who's only interested in what they want for themselves, okay? Last card is the Outcome. We have the Nine of Swords. That's a rough outcome, but that's the anxiety card. Remember, swords are thoughts. They're not actually emotions. So everything's kind of trapped inside of the person's mind right now. So Divine Feminine, you're struggling right now. You don't know whether or not you should make this offer or talk to them, probably because something was said to cut you out, and you're probably in no contact if you are in direct correlation to the reading I did before this. Nine of Swords is a really tough energy to be in. But keep in mind, we're seeing growth here. So we have 3, 8, 9, moving forwards and onward and upward, okay? So we're almost to that 10. The 10 of Wands is the burden that you were carrying. So if this was the 10 of Swords, I would say the pain is over with, but pain's not over with yet, which means that there's still energy lingering in this union, okay? And underneath the energy of the deck was the Chariot. So wanting to have a victory moving forwards. This also represents Cancerian energy. So your Divine Masculine could be a Cancer, you could be a Cancer, or someone could have Cancer in their stars. All right, let's get some clarifications here. What's the Strength card? Keep in mind when cards come up and I'm saying what horoscope they kind of fall under, it doesn't mean that it has to be that person. It's just an energy behind it. But it might help some people resonate more with the cards. So we have Rebirth in reverse. This is the Karma card. I'm losing my voice. So this definitely might be resonating with some of you guys. Sorry here. Karma card is blocked. So that Strength card is asking you to have the strength to continue forward until you're able to jump back onto your karmic cycle, because your journey is not over with yet. You're not ready to be reborn into this new world. Rebirth card, Karma card can I associate it with Scorpio because Scorpio is also the Phoenix rising sign, but it can also be representative of, oh my God, I just forgot. Well, we're gonna go with Scorpio because that's the only one I can think of. Anyone down comments, you can, if you know what I'm talking about, then you guys can do it. I will not be offended. I am not one of those people. Okay, why do we have the High Priestess blocked here? So you're not on your karmic road. Your karmic lesson has been stalled, either by the divine masculine or yourself. But the reasoning behind it is because, you know, not the Empress, the High Priestess is blocked here. So she's not coming into her own power. So we need to figure out how you can come into your own power. The reason she's not coming into her own power is because something was said. Someone came in swiftly and said something that was hurtful, or made her kind of pull back into herself and not want to listen to the intuition. So in most cases for the divine feminine, when this happens, you probably said something, you probably spoke your truth, you spoke your emotions, and the divine masculine, or whoever is your romantic counterpart here, made you feel ashamed of how you felt. And then you started to overthink it, and you started to be like, am I just going crazy? So you're trying to block your intuition because something about what your divine masculine said, or someone who's associated with this situation, they said something to make you feel crazy. So you pulled back into yourself and you tried to go external instead of trusting your own intuition. So that's where we're coming back to. You got to trust your own intuition here, okay? All right. Divine feminine reading. So if you're the divine masculine watching this, think about that a little bit. Okay, so you might have said something, or they might have said something in the situation. Remember, it's kind of dependent on the person watching this. Okay, 8 of Swords. This feeling of being trapped is because of the Page of Swords. Sorry, Knight of Wands being in reverse. Knight of Wands is someone who comes in. He's very passionate. Really just wants to go in there for the sex. He's like very not chauvinistic, but he kind of comes in and he's like, hey baby, what's up? Like he's the guy or girl that you cannot resist, right? But he's in and out real fast. So the 8 of Swords might be indicative of there might have been a lot of passion in this union, and perhaps every time you were together, that always kind of happened. Like you slept together, or you're just like so drawn to them. But it's blocked now. So somebody blocked that off. Somebody stopped it from happening, which is causing like an internal restraint or an internal kind of fight within yourself here. 10 of Wands here. What's at the head of the matter? Shadow, also known as the Devil. Yeah, so this is definitely a karmic bond here. It's so hard to get rid of devil energy, but keep in mind, this isn't necessarily infecting the relationship, but it's on the mind. You guys, the divine feminine cannot stop talking or thinking about the divine masculine because they are bonded to each other. It also can mean a very sexual connection here. So there might have been a lot of intimacy, might have been very physically drawn to this other person, but they feel connected to them somehow psychologically in a karmic contract, which is very common for twin flame unions. Keep in mind, the devil is not always bad. It can mean procrastination, and it can mean a forced, like a union that was decided upon before you guys came into these skin suits in this life. But it also indicates that there is a bond between the two of you energetically, okay? It's not always negative. All right, immediate past over here. We have the 3 of Swords. Six of Swords. So trying to sail out of rough seas into common water. So maybe this breakup happened because there was a lot of fighting going on. Maybe a lot of disagreements. Maybe there was a lot of anxiety on the divine feminine side. And either she or the divine masculine decided to end it because they just couldn't feel grounded. They needed to find their ground. They needed to follow their lighthouse home because they felt lost. They were lost. They were swimming in dark waters and they couldn't figure out up from down. So as much as this 3 of Swords is painful and uncomfortable in the past, it is allowing the person to, move forward out of this trauma and this turmoil. Because remember, if you can see, this, there's Three of Swords are sitting right there. So they're taking that heartbreak with them, but they're learning from it, and they're trying to move out of this and get forgiveness, either from themselves or the other person. All right, the Magician here. Three of Swords coming at you again. So definitely a lot of heartbreak. Divine Feminine, you are struggling and you are in a lot of pain, and I feel you so real right now. So this Magician being clarified by the Three of Swords in the future makes the person, this is what I'm going to tell you, this is how I'm reading it, this person may not feel that they have what it takes to be in this union or be that person for the Divine Masculine. And it's funny because the Divine Masculine almost always runs because they don't feel like they're good enough for the Divine Feminine. So this heartbreak is going to continue right now. It's going to be a journey, unfortunately. Hopefully next month when I do another reading, we'll see some movement forward for you guys here. Keep in mind, this isn't going to be for everybody. It's only if it resonates with you, okay? The energies are what they are. All right. Current energy is Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah, playing it close to the chest because somebody said something, a truth came out, or you're waiting for a truth to come out. And you just don't know if you can trust this person. I think that's the problem. You guys don't know if you can trust each other. Knight of Cups, wanting to make an offer of love or forgiveness here. There's your Ten of Swords. Pain, being over with. Being finished. The pain is over. Whatever was the struggle here is over. That's the current environment. So either the Divine Feminine is thinking about coming back in and being like, hey, I'm not hurt anymore, I forgive you. Can we talk? You know. But the Divine Masculine might not be ready for that yet. Okay, we've got King of Swords and the hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. The fear is that someone might be harsh or manipulative in this relationship. Not enough. I just need one card. Wow, this cake keeps popping out. Page of Swords. Yeah, so the cheeky little fellow. Yeah, so the fear, the hopes and fears is that the problem that has been the issue of this union is going to stay that problem. That this person isn't going to realize that they have to be careful about what they say. So we have the Chariot on the bottom over here, which represents Cancer, right? Cancer is a very sensitive sign. They don't look like it on the surface, but they are extremely sensitive. And just speaking from my experience, you got to be careful what you say, because you can sit there and, you know, teasing each other is cute and it's fun and everybody loves it until you tease a little too far and then you offend the person. And when you offend the person lashes back and goes, how dare you say that to me? So a way to get through that, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, is set your boundaries. Let your other person know what your triggers are so that they're aware if they're going to overstep that boundary. Okay. But yeah, guys here, the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine readings are definitely connected, so check out the Divine Masculine reading too. All right, and for the outcome, Nine of Swords, Two of Shields, needing to make a choice. Let's get another one for that. What's the choice that needs to be made? And needing to make a choice can definitely cause anxiety. Whether or not you want to continue this union and continue to be the nurturing, loving, stable offer that you were when you first came in as the Divine Feminine. When the Queen of Shields is blocked, she's pulling into herself. It's more about self-healing. It's more about like revving up for the cold winter. You know what I mean? She's motherly, she's nurturing, but you know, when she's blocked, she's really just thinking about herself. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, which means that, you know, there might have been a defensive nature in association with these cards here, either for you or the other person. Okay, give me a minute while I clear the set here. Lots of air energy in this one too. So you or your Divine Masculine might have air in their chart. because I have to come back. Not always. It's just one of those things that I always kind of feel necessary to mention just in case. Alright, so this is the Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck from Mystic Moon. I just got it. It's her newest deck. I'm really excited. I actually watch her pretty regularly. So Mystic Moon, if you're there, thank you for all you do. You're pretty awesome. And you've actually inspired me to do these. So okay, so we're going to get 3 messages. What is the energy of the Divine Feminine right now? There's no reversals in this deck, just to let you know. First card, Spirit of Saint Nicholas. Gifts, generosity, and assistance. So it's the end of November, the holidays are coming, so perhaps this person is kind of delving into helping other people to try and make themselves feel more emotionally balanced. It is the time of giving. Maybe this is a message to focus externally on other people instead of so much on this union, and be able to, you know, feel better, take your mind off of the matter, because this obviously was a very heartbreaking and anxiety-ridden reading. So maybe focus on something else. It could also have a reference to, hey, maybe sometime around Christmas there might be a contact between you and your divine masculine. Okay. Next card, Spirit of the Angel, guidance, blessings, and answered prayers. So this is a personal thing for me. I wear a St. Michael medallion. I'm a Reiki master, but for me, I was born Catholic, so it's a long story. But I originally wanted to have St. Michael as my patron saint for my confirmation, but I was told I couldn't take a man's name, even though he's an angel. So I took Joan of Arc instead. For a while, I took my St. Michael medal off because my twin flame is a cop, and she always had one on, and it was actually one of the first sparks that made me realize we were twin flames. But when we first broke up, I had to take it off because I just couldn't get her out of my head. So I wore my St. Joan medal. And after this last breakup, now I can't get her out of my head, so I put my St. Mike medal back on. But I pray to the angel spirits and guardians every night, for myself, for positivity, universal love, universal energy, unconditional love, and I pray for my twin flame as well. So put your prayers out there. This card is telling you that the angels, your guardians, are listening, and your prayers will be answered. Okay. If you just keep manifesting it, that's that magician card. When you ask, it will be manifested. And the last card, Spirit of the Shoreline, calm, tranquil, and relaxing. So I actually live by the beach. I live by water. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a water baby. So this might tell you, why don't you retreat to the beach, retreat to the water, get back to your elements, and hopefully it'll make you feel better. Okay. If not, maybe there's a connection to a shoreline with your divine masculine. That might be something as well. Maybe they're retreating. All right, can I get 3 messages for the twin flames? This is the Twin Flame Messages, Volume 2, Mystic Moon. All right, can I get 3 cards for the divine feminine to the divine masculine? So this is a message from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Okay, first card. I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. So the divine feminine might have responsibilities that she can't walk away from. Family, work, other external factors. So that might be definitely weighing into a situation in your union right now. I feel you. I miss the feel of you next to me. Amen to that. Divine feminines, I don't know if you guys reach out in the bed like I do sometimes, but sucks when no one's there. But that feeling, they just miss the energy between the two of you. When there is a twin flame union, all of your chakras line up. It's Kundalini in its mindset. And there's nothing on this world in this lifetime that can represent how that feels. And finally, I know I might be too late by the time I figure things out. So divine feminine, you are working on things yourself, and just keep in mind the divine masculine is working on them too in their own pace. don't give up, keep working on things, and hopefully it'll definitely help you get to where you need to go. Okay, Divine Feminines out there, Twin Flames, whoever's been watching this, hopefully this resonated with you guys. If you liked this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be offering them every month moving forward. So keep an eye out for probably, mid-December. It might be early December. I'm having surgery. So if I get bored, I might double up on these in December, just to keep my mind from going nuts because I can't leave the house. All right. Until then, thank you for tuning in, and as always, deuces.